Hey everybody, it's Toby1 Kenobi, and this is a little bit more Chivalry gameplay. But I need to ask you a question. Do I sound better? Because last night I spent about 3 or 4 hours watching some YouTube tutorials and stuff and learning about audio. And learned a lot about noise removal and equalization and compression and a bunch of freaking complicated stuff. Because I've been realizing my audio sounds like crap, so I'm trying to improve it a little bit. But anyway, speaking of YouTubers, check out who I've got in front of me here. Those names popping up down there. Vintage Beef, a Minecraft Let's Player, and the guy hop around like a Ninja Turtle is Drift0r. Someone I've been subscribed to for a long time now. I think about a year since Battlefield 3 came out. One of the cool things about being a YouTuber is that, especially in betas like this, you get to meet your favorite YouTubers. So it's pretty badass. I actually talked to him a little bit last night. Anyway, let's talk about Chiv. I am falling more and more in love with this game. It's just so engrossing. Like, the gameplay is just complicated enough that it takes some strategy and thought, but it's also it's fun just to hack people in half. And like, I've been complaining a little bit, and privately at least, since it's a beta and it's bound to have problems, that there were a few imbalances, like especially with the man-at-arms. That's my favorite class. I always like to be the fast and nimble class, and that's what man-at-arms is. And in this game, it kind of works like real life. In real life, they wore armor and used big giant weapons in medieval times for a reason, and it was because it gave you a huge advantage over everyone else. You could take a hit and you could deliver a hit, and you didn't die and they did. And in this game it works the same way. As a man-at-arms, you're pretty much dead in 2 hits from anything, and sometimes just 1, especially from like a Vanguard greatsword or polearm charge. And as man-at-arms, basically, I felt like it was underpowered because it takes so much skill. The other classes, all you have to do is walk in and swing. That's pretty much it, and occasionally block. As a man-at-arms, you've got to keep so aware and so on your toes, because 1 hit and you're gone. So 1 mistake and you're dead. The other classes, you can make multiple mistakes. So I thought it was underpowered because it was too unforgiving. But I'm starting to realize that with man-at-arms, like the strength of the class is the fact that you have complete control over range on them. Range is just important in this game as armor and attack power, because if they can't hit you and you can hit them, then you're completely safe. Armor doesn't matter, and nor does attack power, because you can keep delivering hits outside of that range. Now the Vanguard can do that. It can keep delivering hits outside of their range because it's got the longest range weapons, besides Archer, of course. I mean, with a Vanguard you've got polearms, so you can step back and keep well out of the range of their little swords and axes and stuff. But with man-at-arms, you have to get in there with your short-range weapon and deliver the blow. So what I did was I put on my new favorite setup. It's a man-at-arms with Norse sword, and the Norse sword is a stabbing weapon on this game. What I do is I stay outside of the reach of their weapons, and then wait for them to make a move, and whenever they make a move with their slow weapon, I wait for the move to be nearly complete, and then I dash in with my dodge, double tap W, and at the same time hit thrust. And with the Norse sword, it pretty much usually only takes 2 or 3 hits with a thrust to kill anybody, except for a knight. Knight sometimes takes 4 if you let them get off a regen tick. So all I do is just wait for them to make a move, and then dash in, deliver a thrust, back off, repeat. And it's kind of difficult sometimes, like especially if they do a thrust, because it fools me into thinking that I can just dash in right then, and sometimes I run right into their blade. But anyway, so yeah, it's not as underpowered as I thought it was, because I've been doing pretty well using those tactics. I need to get a few more strategies under my belt though. It's a little bit repetitive. But there's something else I wanted to talk about in this video, and that is profanity. I made a video, I think it was a few days ago, about Chivalry, a Chivalry gameplay with my brother, Daniel, where I said some curse words. And I guess this kind of surprised some of my viewers because I've kept away from that most of the time. And I've tried not to curse in my videos for a couple reasons. First, because my channel has been primarily about Minecraft, and I know that means that I have a lot of younger viewers, like age 12 and under. And the other reason is I try to be professional. I'm in front of a huge audience every time I make a video, so I look at it this way. If I ask myself, how would I talk and act in front of a football stadium full of people? I've got 37,000 subscribers now. That's a ridiculous amount of people. Actually, I'd probably just crap my pants in front of that many people. It's different when you're not being seen and just talking for people to hear later. It's less scary. Still makes me nervous, but I don't know. I'm just soft and I want everyone to like me. Anyway, I don't think cursing is that big of a deal here on YouTube. Fact is that on most any video you go to on YouTube, there's going to be a lot worse profanity in the comments than anything I could possibly say, or anywhere on the internet for that matter. But I think it's important to examine a person's motives when they curse. Like, everybody does what they do for a reason, and whether it's calculated and logical, or just based on emotion and subconscious desires. And with cursing, it's not really the words that matter, it's the attitude. And when I'm playing a competitive game like Chivalry, the reason I curse is frustration. I'm not a very disciplined person, so I get pissy when things aren't going like I want them to. But whatever, I'm not going to make a bigger deal out of this than it already is. In my opinion, profanity is not a big deal at all. What really matters are the motives and attitudes of other people. And those can be hard to see. So it's a good idea not to judge. You never really know who someone is until they open up and tell you. So anyway, that's all I had to talk about. Gameplay's ending, so I'll see you guys later. Good luck, have fun, bye bye.